Okay, I have to hold it. Okay. It's ready. Go.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. Thank you all for coming out. So, as you know, I'm Andrew. I'm the secretary here at the Annapolis chapter. And so, most of you probably know me as the author of the fantasy novel Mr. Greenwood, which I've talked about all the time. But I've also written poetry, essays, and short stories, many of which have been published in some anthologies and pen in hand as well. So, I'm going to read some poetry myself tonight, and these are all currently unpublished. Yep, some are about some famous groups of women, one of which you may have heard of, one you may not have. The latter, which is pretty long, probably half the whole presentation. One was inspired by a famous TV show that you might have heard of too. And the final one was inspired by a real incident of pickups from someone who shall remain nameless, and I hope it makes you laugh. Mitford, the novelist, the farmer, the fascist, the Hitler worshipper, the communist, the duchess. Tied by blood, raised in isolation, reading in the library, debutantes, rebels. Front page news, colorful lives, scandalous, bonds broken, hated by many, dysfunctional, sisters. Downton Abbey. Here in a grand household, so many hopes and dreams, these stories may be told, and so much more it seems. So many hopes and dreams, we have argued and wept, and so much more it seems, dark secrets we have kept. We have argued and wept, nobles and servants too, dark secrets we have kept, let us hope we come through. Nobles and servants too, these stories may be told, let us hope we come through here in a grand household. All right. 6 wives. First, a queen who had come from a distant shore, God hath decreed her destiny, to become almighty queen of England, roots to flower a dynasty. Alas, when the great tree hath borne no fruit, despite her loyalty and love, henceforth it seemed dark forces were afoot, God no longer lived high above. Yet the rock withstood every mighty wave, but all water soon wears away. Such a brave woman dignified till death, her faith, and she saw their last day. Second, she was a lover unlike all others, dark of night in her hair and eyes, the seductress to the shield maiden, her silver tongue was her disguise. Condemned unjustly for her influence, or a force no man could control, for her 'twas a game of wit and cunning, gambling with every single soul. Man after man admired her all her ways, unjustly condemned as a whore. For her own fruit also proved so sour, what followed was merciful gore. Third, night dawn a brilliant new dawn arose, so much fairer than all the rest. Knowing what came for her predecessor, she played her cards close to her chest. Underneath the obedient facade, there waited a will just as strong, hoping to appease all the faithful, only to fail in that song. Mother at long last to the rightful heir, honored thence as the one true queen. But with his life there came her tragic death. The shroud of grief kept a king unseen. Fourth, a realm isolated when the faith broke, new unions had to be sown. In the fabric was woven a lady, the sight of which a man did bemoan. Not so fair a lady as previous, from the start matrimony doomed. Her best of efforts all came to nothing, or more men and blood and darkness loomed. Knowing there was nothing else to be done, she now had become an outcast. Not spouse but sister to those straying eyes, rich but empty her days were cast. Fifth, young and beautiful she attracted men, counting this insatiable hound. Taking her for his own, the next in this line, oh, if they knew what would abound. Young but so unwise to her newfound duty, victim of her own reckless ways. Secrets lurking within her bedchamber, curtains pulled back numbered her days. She ran hard, screaming to impart a plea, but then soon prepared for the end. True dignity shined like never before, continuing the bloody trend. Sixth, a woman with such a great intellect, having married previously, she took this time a bedridden husband, not so young now as this great tree. Nurturing to those children who had lived, and to the man whose health grew thin, for when his tremendous journey was done, She survived and married again. End to a long reign of extreme terror, cost so many innocent lives. Bloodshed and corruption not forgotten of he who had 6 wives.
Oh, jeez.
So, lastly, Hiccup's coming back. Hiccup. Oh God, just when you think, Hiccup, they've come back. Hiccup. No, not again. Hiccup. Louder when lips are open. Hiccup. Drink a hiccup. No use. Hiccup. Hold a breath to hiccup. Scare me. Hiccup. Oh me. Hiccup. How long will hiccup? This last hiccup. I don't know. I just hiccup. Want it done. All right. No more talking. Go to sleep. Lose track of time. Wake up. Wait a minute. No more. They're gone. What relief. Hiccup!